Strategy and Snark presents Dungeons & Dragons Online. And welcome back. Today, we're taking a look at the legendary Attack on Stormreach chain. It only recently got updated to legendary mode. It used to only be in heroic. We did this on heroic, but I, myself, have never actually done these since they've been revamped. So this one, I'm very curious to see if they changed anything. They could very well have just not changed anything. But I guess I'll just pick all the quests up. Already had that one. Okay, forward we go. I'm very curious about this one. They went to the trouble of updating it to make it legendary, which is not something I was expecting. It's kind of a weird pack to pick. My best guess is they're planning on doing Droaam content in the future once we're done with all the Vecna stuff. Like, the next thing is going to be basically a continuation of this storyline. So they want this pack updated to be legendary so that when they make the new stuff, there's not like a weird gap where you can play the original, like the... what? I think it's just the Lord's March Plaza chain is what we call it. There's a free-to-play chain that starts this storyline. And then there's this one, and then presumably more. But the free-to-play one was already... Was it already legendary? I don't think it was either. I know we went into them on it. They're all legendary now. They're all legendary now. We already played those over in the free-to-play epic extravaganza. That was a huge episode. Turns out there is actually quite a bit to do, even if you don't have any packs. I'm totally running past the guy I'm looking for, aren't I? There you are. He wasn't showing up with Q. He was hitting boxes and stuff. Alright, so brand new bad guys. Alright. They take a few hits, but they're not feeling too spongy. That's always my first thing I look for. You know, when we go into new stuff. Just been burned a couple times with that. Just, hey, it's new pack. Time to power creep the enemies like 700%. Just so that our powerful populace doesn't just waltz through it. I thought I saw another portal show up. I mean, 4 seconds in. Looks like the same quest so far. If I'm right, and the only reason they did it was so that all of the stuff would be available at Legendary to line up with the new stuff, then there's probably not going to be much in the way of new stuff in here. Right? They probably did it because they needed to, not because they had a big plot to change something. Not like Temple of Elemental Evil, right? Temple of Elemental Evil was a massive rework of how that quest works. And very welcome. I don't know. We'll find out. Why are you not taking damage? Okay.
Several moments pass without portals appearing. While the
Slay
Droaam
looters.
army commander
I can do that.
formulates his strategy, you have a chance to dispose of enemy forces inside Summerfield's
See if
broken
anything
walls.
special out here. I'm tempted to go do the optional. Because if they were going to change anything, I feel like it would probably be out there. At least for this quest. You know, maybe stick a fancier optional boss out there. I'm not going to duck into the buildings. Just got to make sure I kill enough looters. I don't have good enough ranged damage to want to bother with
Droaam's rampage through Summerfield knows no
the
bounds. Nothing is
knolls
safe
up
in
on the
their rolling
roofs.
ways, not even rest
Diggers. Medusa's not new. There was always a Medusa. Well, not always. I think she's a rare, but there you go. You can get up. Doesn't she drop a chest? Humph.
Droaam's army
Alright,
has
if
set up
I think if there's anything different in this quest, it's going to be out here.
preparation of further attacks against the Summerfield district.
Will you hold still? Thank you. The kobolds immediately start just running back and forth just to be annoying. Anything new out here? Not that I'm seeing so far.
The path from Summerfield.
Nah, if there was
deeper into Zendrik's jungle, and
if there was something new, it would have been like right here.
best to remain near the city and not court.
Would have been too obvious to put like an extra general or something here. Not that they have to change things. I just like it when there's differences, right? I like it when legendary mode means even just epic mode. Just when you're going to revisit these quests or potentially save them for
Flames engulfing
when you're
the
more
battery
powerful.
were too hot to
I kind of like it when it's not just,
would be advisable.
oh, we made the enemies 100 times stronger so that they could stand up to an epic character. I'd rather there was something like, what's a good example? I can't remember which pack it is, but I feel like there was a point where the boss was different on one. Because, I mean, a boss seems like a really easy thing to swap around. Anyway, you just make the boss different. Make it a more challenging monster, right? Not everything has to be a beholder, but
Majority of Droaam forces looting the burning ruins, but beating war drums indicate the
what's the
invaders
boss
are
here? The
preparing
boss
for
here
assault.
is
It is
a big
time to
ass ogre,
reinforce the
right?
defenses, starting with locking the south.
What if instead of an ogre,
This is likely the last
it
working
was
front of the
a
Summerfield district.
giant? Does Droaam have giants? Just like a little more spit and polish, like make the bad guys a little scarier. This isn't exactly an example, but quests with kobolds, okay?
Sewer tunnel
Quests
beyond
with
this
kobolds
hatch leads to the other side
have
of the wall.
should have regular
Doubtless the
kobolds and
maze of
heroic,
twisting,
and then
turning
switch them
heights
up to that. Oh, I
any
forgot to push the
Droaam
lever.
scout
Switch them up to the
attempting
ones
to
from
flank
Myrdin
Summer's
kobolds
defenders.
if you ever meet them at Epic.
Just as you
They
try
kind
to
of
reach
do
the
that in
center,
heroic, right? Myrdin kobolds, and
Summerfield's
they're
defense
also
line is
in.
breached. The crash of a
What's the
battery
name of that
erupts from
pack?
the direction of the southern
Or the name of the
barricade.
quest. It's the one in Reaver's Refuge. Enter the Kobold. Has Kobold in the name.
Assault is just beginning.
Myrdin Kobold and Enter the Kobold have upgraded kobolds in the quest. I did lock down the Sally port. Hello? The boss is just walking in here. Not even... Like, hello? Okay. That's a cool mace. Is that new? I don't know how often I actually fight the guy, but maybe they did armor him up a little bit. I don't remember that effect on his mace before. Of course, they could have retroactively applied it to the heroic version, and I wouldn't know, because I didn't go double check the heroic version.
Echoes off the city walls as he falls.
Not recently.
A roar rises from the Droaam encampment in response, indicating that with Tagarist's death,
Did we get an update to loot?
siege on Summerfield is ended.
We got an item. Oh man, and our cloak is terrible. I mean, our cloak is low level. Alright, what does this do? Our cloak is just basically feather falling with some incidental spell resistance. This is big saves, perform, meh. Resonance, folk. It's got a lot of words on it, but all of them say bard. Just bard, 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 bard. And we don't have feather falling duplicated on anything else, so meh. Not terrible, but I will say, oh, I guess we could go help them out, since they are apparently losing this fight. Here you go. I will single-handedly turn that around for you. I don't mind it when items are niche, right? That was obviously a bard item. That's fine. I have a bard, you know. I'm fine with items not being super universal. I actually kind of prefer it. You know, now that I'm talking about it, to the harbor. Right? I think so. Gonna go sink some boats. This one's my favorite of the chain. By a lot. So, I like items that do something unique. It's one of the reasons that, you know, something like the hat we have, right? So here's an issue, right? Where do you draw the line? Crown of Summer gives me us plus 10 melee power. Just how many other items do that, let alone level 5 items, just items in general. That's not a very common thing to get. But it's a little on the universal side, right?
Here during this dark night.
Does any melee really have a reason not to wear that if they pull it at level 5?
But not against you.
It's just so good. I mean, okay, melee power isn't as effective at low levels. Mostly because it's an issue of a percentage increase on a number that's not very big yet. So melee power means more when you're big and epic because you have a bigger number, so you get more out of your percentage increase. You know, a 50% bonus of 2, that's a bonus of 1. 50% bonus of 20 is 10, right? Yeah, I'll try the captain first.
The fine furnishings in this cabin belie the nature of its inhabitant.
Anybody home?
Bloody, Lobo the cruel, Lobo the butcher of innocence.
I break your chair and your desk. A gnoll being the captain is interesting. We haven't met very many friendly gnolls. I can't imagine... I mean, gnolls are pretty much always characterized as being like super savage. I don't know, there's that one gnoll spellcaster, something, I think maybe he's a rogue, in the Sharn chain. But still, gnolls do not ring in my head as being, you know, leadership material. Let's try the galley. I don't see the thing I'm looking for. I mean, that guy's just doing us a favor. Now all the bad guys will come to us instead of me having to kick them all awake.
You can hear the snores of the bloodlust.
I'm home.
They still have no alarms ring through the ship, waking the crew of the bloodlust.
I still haven't found the stupid crest yet. Unless it's over there. Okay.
The hatch to the mine bay.
We don't have the crest.
Requires some kind of crest to
Which room did I miss?
It's likely secure.
We went in the galley. We went in the captain's quarters. It's not just sitting up here. I didn't see it sitting on top of the ship. What am I missing? Captain's quarter, lower deck. Was it in the galley after all and I just didn't notice? Pushing Q a whole bunch. Nope, feel like it's not there. Let's go try the captain again. Like, sometimes it can be right there. What if I just break these? Nothing. I mean, I'm just pushing Q over and over again looking, but I don't see it. What if I break these things? Ha! What am I missing? I don't remember these boats having... Hey, stop that game. I don't remember the sails. Right? No sails over there. We've got plenty of internet. Maybe we run all the way to this end of the boat? Huh. Well, I must have missed it in the lower deck then, because we went everywhere else again. I can't imagine they would expect you to swim through the lower hatches. I have seen it. I've seen it in here before.
To the mine bay looks like it requires some kind of crest to unlock.
I already had it.
It's likely secured somewhere else on this ship.
How did I already have it? I don't remember picking it up. Weird. Maybe you're automatically granted it from killing the captain? I do not know. I do not remember picking it up. But it said that I had it. Where? Did you all just jump down there just out of spite? Oh, you thought that hitting the alarm bell was going to do something. Sorry, buddy. I've already killed everything that moves on this ship other than you. Oh, come on. This is why we play Sorcerer, so we don't have to chase shit. Okay. Taking my loot. And by loot, I mean this cash. Oh, give me 5 minutes. Because this is only the first boat. And I will be paying... I'll be paying a lot closer attention. We've got... If they changed how you get the crest, that's worth knowing. Because I'm sure I didn't pick it up. Nope. I'm sure I didn't pick it up. Hey, you guys. This is my boat now. Will you fight instead of running back and forth?
The crew of the Vengeance has been alerted to your presence.
Like, why is it that everything lately has just been, like, trying to run around me? They won't just stand still and fight. Like, why?
A testament to the brutality of the monstrous Droaam.
Alright. No crest. Don't see a crest. Oh, this one I see. This one I see. Crest of the Snake. It's up top. Out of my way. Taking the crest. You fuckers. Did you not notice that we already rang the bell? Would you feel better if I rang it for you? Watch out, guys. I'm gonna go get the bell.
You can hear the growls and shouts of the crew. They're looking for the...
All of them beelined for the bell. Again.
Looking for you.
All that did was line them up to get hit by my strike through. Alright, so this one I know we found.
Looks like it requires some kind of crest to unlock. It's likely secured. From here, the Vengeance uses a complex system of rails and pulleys.
What if I just stand by the bell?
into the water.
Hmm?
Alert Kobold
Will you all run to me?
the equipment, even if it's
No, you're gonna... Oh, you went to hit the other bell. Fucking kobolds. Hit him. It's not that high up. You have a great sword. You didn't even have to jump. You just have to decide to hit him.
Isn't this the best part of adventuring?
What's our other one at? 2 minutes? 2 minutes it is. Took me 3 minutes to do this ship, so we're not gonna quite get the synchronized kaboom unless we go really, really fast and don't bother getting off the boat, which is tempting. I wanted to land on the poop deck there, not jump over the railing. Come on. Snap to the ladder. Like, why would I ever not want to be on the ladder? Hi. Bye. So now we have... I suppose the other one's... Oh, it is up there! So, I have no idea where the first one spawned, but 2 and 3 both spawned on top of the ship. Yoink. Get out of the way, Ogre. We got boats to blow up. Your corpse shall go down with your ship.
Countless raids against the civilized peoples of Corvair.
Ooh, we got one of the marks.
Only to die by your hand.
Normally, I would say I have no interest in using the marks, but there's now legendary versions of some of this loot, so maybe.
One down, 2 to go.
And into here we go.
Looks like it requires some kind
Just
of crest to unlock.
The fastest way through the quest, set it to 15 seconds, and then just giggle.
Even the deepest slumbering Droaam soldier would have awoken.
Oh, look at all those dead kobolds.
This panel controls the detonators on all the mines from the Vengeance. Both
Ooh,
those
where are
already
you?
deployed in the
Ooh, I
water,
like
and those
those.
still here in this bay.
But we are going to start this little countdown first. We'll look at the item when we get to our little raft, because we have to do the minute-long countdown no matter what. I mean, I could have set it for longer, but why? Abandoned ship. Sploosh. Okay. This is one of the few items that I knew was in this quest because I have farmed it out in the past. How are we looking at legendary? This is, again, a specialized item for ranged characters. Let's see. 5 charges of Cyclonic Blast. Basically useless. Well, it does clear away clouds and shit. So there's a little bit of utility in having your archer be able to go, phew, and then there goes the wall of fires and shit that are in your way. Right, greater marksmanship. +3 to ranged attack and 2 to damage. Okay. Competence bonus. Insightful double shot. You get the feet wind through the trees. Sonic damage on crit. Deception is good. Just having that. Yeah, Deception's a nice little throw on. 2 augment slots. Remind me what wind through the trees does. Because I thought that was like a defensive thing. It is a defensive thing. 5% chance to knock people down when they hit or miss you. Triggers once every 12 seconds. Okay. I guess it's wind themed is the idea here. Wind howler blazers. Okay. Those are pretty good. Those are probably going to get stuck on my artificer because I have one of those on this account. In 10 levels, because I think it's still level 20. Up we go. Past the door. Okay, now I'm going to have to remember. It's not this one, right? That's the last quest. We want the one in here where he sends you out to go fight the mine-laying kobolds. Yeah, Undermine. Undermine's next. I'm just going to pick up my... No. Picking up my heart seeds. Now we'll do Undermine. Undermine. I'm not sure what they would change about Undermine. I didn't notice anything new in the boat quest, other than that one crest being weird, but I must have just like habitually picked it up without paying attention to it. It's weird. Oh, right. The sound's coming from over there. We know. We know. Gasp. How do they tunnel this far? Right? I could understand if they were using like a creature or something to burrow, but they're using kobolds to blast mine. How has nobody noticed that? Like, that's not a subtle way of sneaking in. These guys have got to be popping out of their hole and just seeing piles of corpses, and they go, oh no. There's only one of me. That's part of the hero fantasy of DDO, right? The whole point is that you versus the world. Did you just, like, level drain the hireling? Chop, chop. And... okay, that's everybody, right? Check on dude, jump in hole, chase kobold, curse our inability to run fast enough to skip half of the quest. Yeah, you're diggers. Like, I didn't think about it until now, but like these little Droaam diggers, for some reason in my head, I'm like, okay, we're going to run through. I'm not going to bother killing the innocent kobolds. They're just down here. I'm going to only kill the bad ones. Like, they're all bad ones. It's not like this was a natural kobold colony. If I hit him hard enough, it should end the quest. Right? You come in here with greater ruin and you crit. He should just be dead and count as being dead. It's mobs like this that make me happy that we have so much strike through. I could see the bad guys. I can't even see the kobold because the pile of kobolds is so big. Why are you digging out the sides of your cave? Like, were you planning on, like, widening it so you can get, like, a car through here? Let me tell you. I don't think you guys are getting anything big through here. I wonder if maybe they didn't fully intend that last explosion, right? Because there's a lot of guys in here still just working. Like, yes, there was that forward invading party, right? But there's way, way more workers working on this than there were guys that popped out of that hole. Thinking maybe they were just like the forward guards in case something went wrong and some kobold blew the roof and they went, oops. It's really tempting to follow him, but I don't think the game will let me.
That huge explosion blocked off the rest of the tunnel. For some reason, the Droaam workers abandoned.
Alright, let's see if I can pull this off. I'm not very fast.
Sprawled next to a bin full of demolition charges. Droaam must have abandoned this cavern after she met her son.
Okay, I got up here. I have the charges.
Stony gaze.
Haha. We'll just not deal with that whole part of the quest. That still works. I mean, it's not hard. You just have to go boom, 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 and you come around this room, and there is a... Oh. We're gonna go look. Alright, you got me. What's it called? The mithril chain or something? There's a named item that can drop from this optional guy in over here.
You can use to get past it.
I forget what it's called. But I used to really like it. It had haste guard on it. Splat. And it had like a ridiculously high drop rate. Like, I'm pretty sure there was a point that I was in here with a couple of friends, and it dropped for all three of us. And I think two of us didn't bother picking it up because we already had like 3 in the bank because it had such a high drop rate. But I've gotta come and see if it, like, what it looks like on Legendary, if it's here. Alright, I can get in here now. Rhyolite. You beat this guy up and that treasure chest right there. Blood chain. It's not whisper chain. Whisper chain was something. It's from High Road, I think. Come on, give me the thing. Give me the thing. Crimson chain. There we go. First try. Alright, let's see what it does now. It's still mithril, which is relevant for, like, the arcane spell failure, right? Oh, it's still got 15%. Big 14 dexterity. Reflex save, 14 dodge. No longer has haste guard. Instead... No, that is still... So, Legendary Air Guard, it says... It has a reactive ability to knock enemies over or speed up the wearer. Interesting. So, it's not just haste guard. Does it speed you up more than haste, though? Because that's the thing. So, like, at the level that you get it before, you might not have easy access to haste. Like, oh, it's about level 14? Like, you can get haste, but it's not a given. So, it's a nice little bonus on... Especially not full haste, right? I don't know what level it is, but we have speed 30, which is basically haste, but you don't get speed 30 until level 20? So you're a little bit short most of the time, so going up to full haste kind of randomly, it's nice. Light armor's not the end of the world, just, you know, rogues. Warlock. Maybe even Ranger. I don't know if I'd want to take my heavy armor and switch down to light. But if you're a medium armor character, man, medium armor does not have a whole lot of really nice named items. Like, medium armor kind of gets skipped over a lot. Medium armor is only what? Favored soul? And then, like, one flavor of bard, one flavor of warlock. druid, but druid tends to get its own like custom items anyway. Why? I mean, I get it, Earth Elemental. Are you telling me that you didn't attack the kobold who collapsed the tunnel, but you will attack me for clearing it? Oh, we still gotta get through the minefield. Do we have enough jump to get through the minefield properly this time? And not one step at a time, painfully forcing our way through.
Smoke in the air suggests the presence of explosives nearby.
Alright, you are staying back here. We already have 3 of those. We're gonna go jump potion. Yep, still does damage. I feel like we're just like a hair short. Let me up. Oh, I could probably get up on that ledge right there. Got knocked down in midair. Alright. Now we're up. And our jump potion should be just enough to get us through. If they don't cripple us. Fuck it. You guys can't actually kill me. You could just make it really annoying to get through here. I fell. So we're going to cast the heal before we try to move again. We're still crippled, so our jump is also screwed up. Where's the anti-cripple? I hate... God. I pushed the button. I pushed it late, but I pushed it. I'm gonna kill this one out of spite. Just out of spite. You are the tiniest little orc. Are you an orc? I was gonna fucking crippling. As I jump, it goes up crippled. Yeah. Hope you like going half speed for 10 seconds at a time with no way of getting rid of it. I vaguely remember there was like an anti-cripple item that just in the last update or two. I seem to remember there being an anti-crippling item. As we very slowly run towards them. Crippling is just annoying. Like, it's not really going to do anything other than annoy me. Like, it's not going to actually let the monsters win. But it's also not good enough to use as a player. Like, it's like, if I get it for free because of something, it's like, fine. I'm not going to complain it's on there. But crippling doesn't actually slow monsters down enough to really be worth anything. Like, if I'm kiting the monsters, I'm already faster than them. And I don't want to rely on having to keep crippling up in order to do it. We're going to wait on crippling to turn off so that we can not get run over by the boulder. Everybody wave at the boulder. Bye, boulder. Every time. You, astute viewer, you probably think of like Indiana Jones, right? That's what most people think when they see the rock. First thing I think of, Dudley Do-Right. It's not fair. They've got rocks. Oh, we've got her these lousy machine guns. That movie is very underrated. One of those old gems that it never got like a sequel or anything. Never really felt like it needed one. Not like its contemporary. Same actor around the same time. We got George of the Jungle. First one, great. Doesn't hold up quite as well as Dudley Do-Right, but still great. And then there was George of the Jungle 2, which just shit the bed.
You've reached the end of the tunnel. Surely this must exit to Droaam's base of operations.
All right,
here on
nothing
Center.
in.
With your mission accomplished, you should report back to the coin lords.
Nothing in that chest, but that's fine. We got the Crimson Chain. We got the thing I wanted to see. Blah, 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 blah. Take you. And then her quest is out here. So, I made a note. Where are you, my note? This quest has all of those little bonus objectives you can do to fight the Medusas early, as opposed to fighting them all in the final boss. But we couldn't get this one to work.
For some reason, the Droaam army has chosen this location.
And I do pay attention to the comments. And somebody told me, because I wrote this down, I don't know how long ago, but I wrote this down for the epic version. That this... So I'm talking about poisoning the water supply, okay? We couldn't get the poison the water supply objective to work last time. And I have been told by a smart and handsome commentator. The problem is that this quest has always been a bit buggy. I guess I could try to trick the kobolds into setting fire to stuff.
More Droaam soldiers emerge from the cave, roused to action by the noise.
Hey, Sapper, come here.
Kobold leads them.
I don't suppose you want to just come to me and explode. No? You're a big kobold. Okay. You have to click the 3 ingredients in exactly the right order, or it won't work. Do I have fire breath? I think we tested this and the fire breath doesn't work on these, but oh no, I did not take any of that. So we have to click the bucket, then the sewer, then the waterfall.
The rancid stench in this cave is sickening.
So we are
Almost palpable.
passing the sewer.
The entire army using it as a latrine.
Really? I rolled a 1 and fell in. And crippling. Fuck these guys. Rolled a 1. Fell in the sewer. Lost 4 charisma. And 20 pride. Okay. We have to go. Bucket with the poisoner shop. Bucket. Then sewer. Then waterfall. Apparently clicking them in any other
This
order
must be their main water supply.
fucks it up.
You dump the unspeakable out
Worked.
of the bucket into the water. The hissing voice of a Medusa echoes in the valley.
Now, I would like to say that they fixed it when they put up the legendary version. Do I have enough reach to hit you when I'm facing the other way? Apparently not. I'd like to say that they fixed it while they were here, but let's be real. These objectives have broken over and over again. But it worked this time, right? 1, just hitting them in exactly that order. Don't click them out of order. It worked. Oh yeah, we need to be breaking all these square boxes too. Not the barrels, specifically.
This large half-orc cook smells of bacon. His hot frying pan spits.
I didn't even see... Oh, there we go. Optional set tents on fire. It is there. That one has also basically never worked for me. I don't have, like, grenades or anything, do I? No, we have an eternal wand, but it's acid. So close. Whatever. I would prefer to, like, 100% the quest as we go, but you need to come prepared for that kind of thing, and that's fine.
This area serves as a field kitchen. Destroying their provisions may cause a food shortage. Soldiers
I'm actually kind of surprised we even got one. It's probably a kobold blowing up. I also don't trust the tents to even work. Flame strike worked, and then it didn't. Fireball, point blank range sometimes wouldn't work. It's very... Like, I don't think tents are a targetable thing anywhere in the game. And even these tents, I think it's just like a graphical quirk that they can catch fire.
This must be the army's arsenal.
Dude,
That's a lot of explosives.
wonder how many of these I can set off from over here. Okay, we'll kill these first. Let's hide the hireling back there, just in case I get too close to something. Don't care about any of that. Or this random one. You guys are blowing yourselves up in the room full of explosives. Like, how did you even tunnel this far? Actually, here's the answer, right? If we look around,
Careful.
they didn't build this. A, there's the goddamn sky, but also, this is a giant ruin. And we know the giant ruins exist underneath Stormreach. They probably didn't actually have to tunnel that far. They probably used existing stuff and only had to cover the last little bit. Doop, doop, doop. Any down there? Look, there's one. There's one. Yeah. And that should summon the boss. There they are.
Two screaming officers of the Droaam army fall
Brinky and the Pain. And, you know, they're friends, I guess. You know, you've got that big old club, just like the other guy. Only yours isn't shiny. Oh, another crate. How many more crates do I need? A dozen? 10?
The soldiers in the hallway ahead are still
Take that,
asleep.
crates.
They must be used to loud noises.
Give me all your square crates. I care not for the rounded ones. Only the square ones matter. They don't really do that kind of objective much anymore. I feel like maybe it was like just one of the guys was like making a dungeon and was like, hey, I can make the dungeon care about how many of this item has been broken. And just kind of extended the whole gimmick into this quest. Just 2 more? There we go. 2 more. And a war mage for good measure. Man, the only one we didn't do was the tents on fire, which is normal. I guess technically you could try to get the kobolds to do it for you if you wait long enough and hope that they cast the right spells, but
Don't just stand there, fools. Get more soldiers up here. Let's not be interrupted.
better to bring someone with fireball and then hope that the tents are correctly coded. Or just make them selectable, right?
The blood hasn't dried
It's
yet on the
fire.
altar.
I can provide fire.
And to whom?
Kill these things while she's busy staring at me. Got 2 out of the 3 this time. I'm pretty sure we did not get the tents the first time around, so. Oh! There's an item that I used to wear a lot. Did you get a big upgrade? So this is a monk robe. I used to wear this a lot on my rogue because it increased my die step for my unarmed attack. Let's see if it does that still. Fortification, that's always good. Concentration, it's fine for a monk, yeah. And yeah, superior reinforced fists, boosted by 1.5 dice. It's good. And then some, saves, a couple slots. It's fine. The problem is it's not amazing.
Back during the time of the Droaam.
Crimson Chain kind of probably has the same issue. These are fine pieces of armor to wear while you're looking for your real piece of armor to wear. Because here's the thing. Armor is almost always part of a set bonus that you're going to want.
The rhythmic sounds
So if you're going to wear something that's not part of a set bonus, it needs to be really good. It's got to be worth giving up set bonuses for, and most of the time set bonuses are going to be something like 15 artifact bonus to melee power, right? That armor you wear has to be good enough to make up for you not getting 15 extra melee power.
My troops have.
And that is a tall order. You know, I might have to pay attention to those traps, but not the fire one. One hit and she's already on the next phase. The most annoying of all of the phases, the air phase. Alright. I was gonna say, like, hey, you want to heal me so I can keep hitting? Thank you. Down. 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 Let's see, which ones got stepped on by accident? This one got stepped on, so we'll just go this way. And then very slowly, one at a time. There we go. And she's back. And she's intangible again.
You fought well, but I foresee a deadly challenge in your future.
Well, I'm not going to be challenged by diggers. Boop, 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 boop.
The green hag fades away once more.
Alright. We've been through
Killed every
all 4
officer who
quests.
knew about the mission.
And
Just fine.
other than maybe one cosmetic thing,
Last thing to
not seeing any differences between heroic and epic. I think they gave it the facelift. You know, they upped it up to legendary. I'm sure it's because they plan on doing more Droaam stuff. So now all of the Droaam content can all be run at legendary. There's not this one trailing pack that you can only do in heroic. That's gotta be it. And
The lights on the floor go out. The portal collapses.
and one guy got locked on this side.
Your
Sucks to be
mission is
you.
a success. The few remaining
All right,
Stormreach
what's our
pose no
parting
threat
gift?
to Cedric.
I think we got the heroic Heartstone. So I will say we've gotten a lot of named items here. We got 3, 4, 5. We got We got 5 because the garments took up a spot from my expired hireling. Get out of here. Actually, I'll gather those. We got 5 items in 4 quests. Them some good drop rates. That's a lot. We're not gonna use it. Well, let's see. What's the Heartstone do on Epic? Spell focus mastery, spell efficiency, caster stuff. Actually, insightful spell focus mastery. I don't think I see insightful that often. That might actually be pretty good. Plus, I like magical efficiency. Embolden gets cheaper. Hum. Oh, we might even get another item. Anyway, we got 5 items and we got one of the marks. So let's go turn in that quest, and then we can see if he gives us legendary items or if he only gives us base items. A lot of the times when you're doing these chains that have legendary and heroic, even though you ran it on legendary or epic, the it's not a saga giver, but like the arc giver, the actual originator, he will only give you rewards based on the heroic level. So let's find out. Legendary! We got legendary ones! Okay. We got 4 to pick from. There's a Kopesh, which looks like it's just an upscaled version of its old self. Human Bane comes up quite a bit, actually. But it's still not great because it's not humanoid Bane. It is human Bane. So even when you go to like Sharn and you fight a whole bunch of humanoid enemies, it's halflings, right? Or you run into like elves. Human is not that common. And none of these have epic or legendary in front of their name, so the malleable, the malleable is the crafting portion, but limb chopper's not any different. Alright, not that exciting. Plus 15. Vampirism 3. Life stealing. Again, just this looks like they just upped it a little bit. Vampirism 3 isn't terrible. 3d2 on every hit. That's not nothing. But for being literally double the level, like, I think they probably could have given that a little bit more of a boost. How about here? Fire lore, ice lore, fire absorption, cold absorption. So, this one, again, same problem with overlapping your set bonuses, but double elemental absorption isn't nothing. You're probably only ever going to use one of the fire or ice lore, and it's probably going to be a duplicate stat with your caster stick. But I don't know. On a Warforged, I could almost see just, 36% absorption is situationally good. How about this one? Let's move the whole thing up so I can read it. Charge to 5. Vitality. Quality fire absorption. That's interesting. Combustion. Yeah, not blown away by any of these. I'm going to take the rune arm because I do have an artificer on this account and it does not have a high level rune arm yet because didn't pick one up yet. I was more impressed by the upgrades to like Crimson Chain. Those numbers feel good. And I really do like the Wind Howler bracers. So like those I'm happy with. Was not impressed by the Kopesh. Alright. That was the end of this one. We don't got a lot left. We got two episodes left. Where are we going? Alright. Our next episode, where we get tricky. So, by process of elimination, you, of course, already know what the next pack is, because there's only one actual pack left. We are going to go and do the newest adventure pack. It's an adventure pack, right? The Vecna Unleashed. Vecna Unleashed is a very large one. Vecna Unleashed is also heroic and legendary. This is the first instance where they have added a set of heroic quests behind me, right? We could go run them on level 18. I don't think, even with our... there's no way. There's no reason to go and do them on this character. So for completeness' sake, we're doing them on heroic and legendary, back to back. Probably still be 2 videos, so I can slot the heroic one into where it goes in the heroic leveling process. It'll be like episode 50 and a half, something like that. Yeah. But we're going to go in, see them for the first time. I've done 2 of the quests, I think. Because I started doing them. I tried playing them on my laptop when the computer was down and I couldn't record. But playing on the laptop is uncomfortable, and then I decided, screw it, we're just going to see them fresh. We're going to go through them new together. So, I don't know what we're up against. And then after we've seen them once, then we'll go back and we'll do the heroic one, slotted into the actual quest guides. Sounds like a plan. Unfortunately, with how far ahead I am on videos now, refilling the backlog, man, I'd like to just get the comment section's opinion on these quests before I do the heroic one, but the time dilation from video to launch is too much. So, obviously I don't have the pack on this account. So, we're going to have our last guest character from my other account. We're going to go and do the newest adventure pack. Not the newest content, strangely enough, but the newest adventure pack. And we will be back on our little toy paladin we've made in the video after that for our last adventure. I'll see you then.